guys, welcome back to Simi's Kitchen. Today on the menu, we have ribs. Come on in, let me show you how to make it. Okay, you guys, so I've cleaned up my ribs and I've taken off any extra fat. I took off the back, strip that's on the back of the ribs. I took that off. And if you guys want to see a video on how I clean up my meats, just let me know and I'll make that. I also have a video on my channel on how I make my rub, and all I'm going to do is just rub it down, and then I'm going to put it in my pan here with some water and cover it up and let it go. I have my oven heated. Well, it's heated now. You just heard that. And I'm going to let it go for an hour and 30 minutes because I want my ribs to fall off the bone. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to let it go for 30 minutes and I'm going to check it. Then I'm going to let it go for another 30 minutes. And once we hit the hour mark, I'm going to see where we're at. If it's nice and tender, how I like it, then we're going to take it out the oven and that'll be it. Okay, so you guys stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and rub up my, put my rub on my meat and get it in my pan and get it in the oven. Okay. So with the rub, you want to use as much as your taste desires. I'm gonna start off with about 2 or 3 heaping teaspoon. I'm gonna rub that down, and if I think it needs a little more, then I'm gonna go ahead and put some more. What I forgot to tell you and what I didn't do is usually I pat my meat dry and then put the rub on so the rub really sticks. But I made sure once I took it out, my water after I finished rinsing it off and cleaning it off, I made sure that it dripped a lot so I didn't have a lot of excess water on it. But if you want to go ahead and pat your meat down before you put your seasoning, your dry rub on it, you go ahead and do that before you do that, okay? So now I'm just going to rub it down, rub all my seasoning in, and I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to add seasoning to the other side as well. So we want to season both sides of our meat, coat both sides of our meat. We eat both sides, so you want that flavor to penetrate through it. Also, it's a good thing to let your meat marinate, I'm sorry, overnight. The flavor in the spices that you're putting on the meat will come out even better. I didn't have time to do that, but usually I would do that, let my meat marinate overnight. And even if you don't do it overnight, when you wake up early in the morning, depending on what time you wake up in the morning, you could go ahead, you had your meat defrost, you go ahead and just season it up and put it back in the fridge until you're ready to make dinner. Are you ready to do whatever, and let that seasoning marinate through the meat, because you want once the season get through to the bone, then you could taste all the flavors of your rub that you put on there. Okay, so now we got this side coated. We're going to turn it over. And we're going to add some more on there on the back side. Okay, I'm just going to rub that down. You want to get it in all your nooks and crannies. Get it in there. And in my rub, I have a couple of spices: paprika, cumin, coriander, sugar, parsley. You see parsley flakes. I got parsley flakes, onion powder, garlic powder, That's it. That's all I can remember right now. So as you can see, we got it all coated. We got it all coated. Sorry for the shakiness. I got one hand. So we got it all coated. See, this is what you want your meat to look like. Now, I forgot to say I'm using baby backs. You could use whatever kind of ribs you want to use, but um, I'm using baby backs. I had got these on sale, and this is what I'm using. You could use spare ribs, beef ribs, whatever you want to use, short rib, whatever you want to use, you go ahead and use that, okay? Hold on, I'm going to get it in my pan, and then rinse some of this off. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I got my rib in the pan, and I'm just going to cover it. And I have my oven already heated to 400 degrees, and my timer set for an hour and 30 minutes. Like I said, at the hour mark, at the 30-minute mark, I'm going to check and I'm going to flip it over. Then I'm going to let it go for 30 more minutes, and I'm going to check it again, see how tender it is. And if it needs to cook some more, I'm going to go ahead and let it cook for another 30 minutes, okay? Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I had a second slab of ribs. You know, when you buy from Sam Clubs, you get two in the packet. So I'm just making one for today, and all I'm doing is seasoning this up, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer. So the next time I want some ribs, my ribs is already seasoned up, and all I gotta do is take it out and put it in the oven or put it on the grill. Good tip. Okay, guys, here we are at our 30-minute mark point. It's actually been about 45 minutes, and this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking like on our ribs. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to cover it back up, and then I'm just going to put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes. Then we're gonna check in and see where we at far as tenderness, and then after that we'll see if we're going to go for another 30 minutes or if we're going to go ahead and plate it all up so you guys can see what it looks like. Now I didn't forget to say that, but you could also put these ribs in the air fryer. You don't necessarily have to do it in a stove or on a grill. If you have an air fryer, you could put it in there too. I've done that, and it came out really, really good, crispy and delicious. But I would, my air fryer has a bake setting. I would do it on my bake setting and then my air fryer if you want it to be a little bit, if you want your ribs to be a little bit crispier, I would do that. You could do, my air fryer has a dual cook, so that's what I did before. So I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna put it back in here, okay? Okay, guys, here we are at our second 30 minutes. So as you can see, I flipped it over. I tasted, it's nice and tender. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my foil paper off and I'm going to let it get some more color on it, okay? I'm going to put it back in. I got 20 minutes left on the timer, all right? Be back at the end. All right, you guys. Our ribs are all done. So it was an hour and 30 minutes in total, and we are all done. Now, you guys could add barbecue sauce to this if you want. We like our ribs pretty dry and our sauce on our side. So I hope you guys give it a try. I hope you guys enjoy it when you try it. And if you would like to see anything else, please leave me a comment. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.